Super Block World. Super Block World is a passion project that aims to combine Minecraft and Mario in a cohesive, polished and fun experience. The mod adds tons of Mario-related blocks, mobs, structures, and even a dimension. I don't know if other forks of this mod exist, its quality should get more downloads. To go to the Mushroom Kingdom dimension, you first need to find the Mario World boss to challenge. There are two types of bosses, both of which have unique abilities. King Bob itself doesn't deal much damage, it lifts the player up and throws the player out. However, the minions it summons will self-destruct, causing the player to take high damage. Petey Piranha spins at high speed, dealing high damage to players it touches. Both bosses will drop Power Star, which is the key to open the portal. You need to put the Power Star into the portal under the altar, however, a key won't fully open it. When 2 Power Stars are put into the portal, the gate of the Mushroom Kingdom will be opened for you. Note that this dimension has a unique Mario-style BGM, but I muted it for the video, you guys remember to turn on it during the game. The Mushroom Kingdom is a fantastic and wonderful dimension, so everything is related to Mario's world. From the sky to the land, to the ocean, everything is completely different from the main world. Not only that, but the dimension is made up of dozens of new biomes and structures. They are too many, so I randomly picked a few to show. Mystery blocks can be found everywhere. You can right-click on them to get a random item. You can also jump up and headbutt them like Mario, sometimes you get a coin. By the way, don't miss these bricks, they may be fake. If you get enough coins, go find the Totas and trade with them. Each Tota needs different coins. After getting enough coins, they will give you a mystery box. The more coins Tota needs, the higher the value of the items in the box. In addition, there are also many hostile mobs in this dimension. Boos are tameable hostile mobs, you can find their boss in the ghost house. Boos are immune to damage from normal means, they can only be damaged by being in a block light level of 11 or higher, or by a potion of healing. Boos fly around aimlessly until they notice a player, which they will then begin chasing. When looked at, they will become embarrassed, moving much slower. You can tame Boos by feeding them poison mushrooms. Tamed Boos are differently colored, immune to damage from block light, and no longer get embarrassed when looked at. They will follow you around similar to other tamed mobs, and you can right-click them to make them sit still. When still, they'll switch their facial expression to one of 4 determined upon spawning, and can be colored with any dye. Tamed Boos are capable of taking items off the ground, or out of the hands of mobs hostile to their player. An item can be retrieved from a Boo by right-clicking on it. In order to take an item from a mob, it must be held in their hand, and they must be aggressive towards the Boos player. Upon death, Boos will leave behind a cloud of smoke and blue flame. A player can right-click on it with a bottle to obtain a bottled ghost, for use in the Boo Lantern. The Boo Lantern will automatically detect nearby players, and if there are players present, they will go out. Dry bones spawn in the dry desert biome on solid surfaces with 0 block light. When a dry bones fades after death, it will attempt to turn into a dry bones pile. If a spawned dry bones pile is left alone for a few seconds, it will turn into a new dry bones. A dry bones pile can be broken to kill the dry bones, or collected with Silk Touch. A player-placed dry bones pile won't turn back into a dry bones unless it's placed on soul sand or soul soil. A dry bones pile that spawns or is placed on soul sand or soul soil will immediately begin to reform. Goombas are common hostile mobs in the Mushroom Kingdom dimension that come in different sizes. They spawn on solid surfaces where there is no light emitted by a block in range and have a 14% chance of spawning with another Goomba on top. A Koopa has a 1/9 chance of spawning as a red Koopa, otherwise it will be a green Koopa. Using a saddle on a Koopa will equip it. When riding a Koopa, a player can direct it by holding a carrot on a stick. When stomped on, a Koopa will turn into a shell. It will come out of the shell after a few seconds, restoring its health and forgetting what it was angry at. Their shells can be worn as helmets, providing the brick-breaking ability. In addition, there are about 40 other interesting mobs in this mod, but due to the video length limit, I can only skip them. Let's finally look at items and blocks. Dash block will push the entity on the surface forward. Pull block needs to be activated with a redstone signal. When activated, it will automatically suck nearby dropped items. When the propeller block is activated by a redstone signal, it will automatically move up. Jump block is elastic and will generate notes when bouncing entities. Trampoline can also bounce you up. If you crouch on it, you can be bounced higher. Super pickaxe will automatically dig forward after being activated. There are 17 cute flags in this mod. You can right-click them to adjust their direction at will, and when placed, they waving slightly. Magic wand can shoot magic balls forward, and the range is very good. Magic paint bush shoots goop blocks forward. Entities standing on it will sink and be suffocated. Entities standing on the launch star will be launched very high into the sky. The last one is go-kart, a cute cart. The building blocks in this mod will not disappoint you. They are all very cute, and most of them have variants for stairs and walls. By the way, it took me 7 hours to record this mod, so I can't imagine how long it took the mod owner to make it. The mod has been released for a year, but only has 10,000 downloads so far. It deserves more support. TslatEntityStatus. TslatEntityStatus is a damage indicator style mod designed to add vital information to the world about the entities in it. It will show you the health bar of the entity. The default is red for hostile mobs. Peaceful creatures have green health bars, and the mod has a public-facing mod API that allows you to trigger your own in-world particles. The color of the health bar becomes brighter in dark environments, so it can also be used at night. If the target is a melee-type entity, a sword icon will be displayed below the health bar and above for ranged entities. The health bar of the boss is purple, and the mod will also show you the armor value, as well as the immunity to the damage type. If you do enough damage to instantly kill an entity, insta-kill will jump out of them. Additionally, it shows the effects on the entity. You can also configure it to display these effects on top of entities. I highly recommend using the configured mod to configure this mod. Everything will be much easier. There are dozens of configuration options. You can change almost anything about the mod. Legacy Vault. Legacy Vault is a mod that allows the player to store inventory between worlds. It is like an ender chest, but instead of a single inventory shared between multiple chests, it is a single inventory shared between multiple chests and multiple worlds. Note that different versions of the world cannot share inventories. Chidori Origin. This is an add-on mod for Origins that adds a new origin called Chidori. The Chidori skin has lightning running through it. You were born to an avian mother and blazeborn father, so you are immune to all types of fire damage. You have mastered the art of continuous flight and control of heat, have elytra wings without needing to equip any. You can infuse your Chidori powers with avian abilities, take to the skies and fly continuously. You have special access to a distorted universe which allows you to carry 9 more items in your volumetric bag. When sleeping, your bed needs to be at an altitude of at least 86 blocks, so you can breathe fresh air. Max's Miny Golems. This mod adds 13 golems to the game, all of which can be summoned. Plank golems come with 5 different levels. You can identify them by their helmets. They shoot arrows from their mouths to hit enemies. Drat golems cause negative effects on the target. The green ones poison the target, the blue ones weaken the target, and the red ones do decent damage. The mossy golem cannot be used in combat. Every 30 seconds it heals nearby allies. However, it doesn't like to be around other people unless you have a bouquet in your hand. You could hold the bouquet in your offhand while fighting, or pull it with lead. Stone golem's face is like a villager. They are very cheap to make, but have a good fighting ability. Grindstone golems are the strongest golems. They come with 3 levels, although they don't have feet. Their strong arms support their body. 3 grindstone golems can defeat most enemies for you, except Warden and bosses. Enchantment Swapper. This mod adds a new treasure enchantment called Swapping, which allows you to switch between exclusive enchantments such as Fortune and Silk Touch at a press of a key. First you need to apply it to an item, add an enchantment that can be swapped, press your enchant swapping hotkey and add the other enchant, and now you can switch between the two whenever you want. The mod currently supports 14 vanilla exclusive enchantments. You can switch them at any time with hotkeys during the battle. If you have an axe, using the swap hotkey switches between Fortune and Silk Touch normally, and between Sharpness and Smite or Bane of Arthropods when sneaking. There is also a new game rule, Allo Extended Swapping, which when enabled allows toggling knockback, punch, fire aspect, flame with their respective hotkeys. Auditory. Auditory is a mod that expands and improves upon block sounds, item sounds, and more. Endless Biomes. Endless Biomes adds 3 biomes which spawn in the end with vast empty spaces between them. Biome blobs are only a bit more common than in cities. This will help preserve the sense of isolation and loneliness that people like. Biomes are all made of new blocks, most of which can be used to craft new items. Each biome has unique mob spawns, from peaceful to hostile, and they all have unique drops. Also, you can find some interactive blocks. For example, the altar can teleport you back to the overworld. And now the end has its own unique trading system. After sacrificing yourself, you get one of 6 special debuffs and some unique items in exchange. Biome Particle Weather. This is a client-sided mod that adds unique biome particle weather. I'm currently using Complementary shaders and I think it's a good combination with this mod. VictoryMod. VictoryMod is an add-on style mod to help create atmosphere in your builds by adding hundreds of blocks like a customizable bed system, medieval profession blocks and small detailing blocks. All the links are in the description. Have fun and have a nice day.